Hi, Gerhard Bloom, once again looking at the tyranny and the delusions of the social justice movement. So the leftists telling you perpetually that Donald Trump is an authoritarian and a threat to the democracy. This is a slander, and it couldn't be further from the truth. You want to see authoritarianism? You look at the Biden administration. There is credible allegations from whistleblowers that the administration was directly interfering with IRS investigations into the Biden family corruption. And it's unfolding. And fortunately, the House is looking at it, and absolutely shocking. And undoubtedly, it's true. You know, the Biden family has amassed millions of dollars from China, from Russia, from Ukraine, from other countries. And how? Influence peddling by Hunter Biden. And also, the Supreme Court ruled that Uncle Joe Biden giving a gift of billions of dollars to spoiled university brats, debt forgiveness, is illegal. He didn't have that authority. He knew that he didn't have the authority, and he was attempting to do it anyways. And he's now trying to skirt the Supreme Court justice decision and do massive debt forgiveness anyways. I mentioned this before, quoting Thomas Sowell, debt isn't forgiven, it's passed on. In this case, it'll be passed on to the working middle class and the working class. And even though many of these university degrees are nonsensical, right? Queer theory and black studies and post-colonial theories, all ideological nonsense. But it remains the case that a university degree confers on its owner or holder tens of thousands of dollars in added earnings over the course of their working life. Why should the poor working stiff pay for these snotty, know-nothing college graduates? And yes, I walked out of university a snotty, left of center, not this kind of crazy leftist. And that residual leftist nonsense, thankfully I've been cured of it. But no, you take out a loan, you pay that loan back. That's the way things work. The Department of Justice weaponized the FBI to go after parents who were outraged at what was going on in the schools. Parents who were at teacher board meetings, school board meetings, expressing, as they have every right to do, their outrage. The FBI intimidating them with, this stain of, domestic terrorists. Awful. And then the latest, out of Missouri, a justice issued an injunction against the Biden administration. He issued a 155 fact-finding report. In it, unambiguous evidence the Biden administration was coercing social media platforms to censor the American public. This is illegal. This is suppressing free speech. The government can't suppress free speech, and it can't contract out the suppression of free speech. It was going to social media companies, Facebook, for example, and said, that Section 230 that protects you from liability, we're going to pull that unless you start playing game with us. Section 230. If I slander somebody on Facebook, I misrepresent the facts, I can be sued. Facebook cannot. It's a neutral platform. As long as I'm not expressing hate or posting pedophilia, obviously illegal acts, they can't be sued. But I can be sued for slandering somebody. I call Hunter Biden a corrupt shitweasel, which I am. I can be sued if that's a slander. But of course, it's not a slander. The administration was weaponizing the IRS, Department of Homeland Security, the CIA, the FBI, to pull down information. Information on COVID, disinformation on COVID, except a lot of that disinformation was government. Remember, you get the COVID shot, you won't get COVID and you won't pass COVID along. It's a lie. And Hunter Biden laptop, right? Couldn't share it. No. And they pulled down RFK Jr.'s information. You couldn't discuss Wuhan. There was a parody of Joe and Joe Biden pulled down. Is that disinformation? No, they had absolutely, this is crazy. And so, yes, a massive censorship campaign, deeply illegal, and Donald Trump's the authoritarian here. And recall, in reference to the Hunter Biden laptop story, the administration solicited very senior former intelligence members in the intelligence community, to declare that the Hunter Biden laptop story had all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation. Except the FBI, having had possession of that laptop for a significant period of time, knew that the laptop story was not Russian disinformation. They were lying. And this is before the election. This is a blatant case of election interference at the highest level. The FBI stood by and allowed this slander. And before the election and then after the election, continuing this nonsense and failing to adequately and thoroughly investigate this thing. Hopefully the truth will finally come out. This nonsense. Trump an authoritarian? No. Yeah, he had some mean tweets. Biden, this man is an authoritarian, and the media is lying. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Please do check out my book, Deconstructing Social Justice. It's available on Amazon. Not important because I wrote it. I wrote it because the issues could not be more important. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Bye-bye now.